right, y'all. Make sure y'all fave him. He will be back at the end of the show, okay? So we're going to hop right into it, all right? As my guest co-host for the evening, Request the Box, let's introduce tonight's topic. So if y'all didn't know, today is National Black Love Day. Okay, it is the day before Valentine's Day every single year. It's a big deal, and I think it's something that we all need to like regularly celebrate, right? So I'm very, very, very excited to do this conversation tonight with my guests. It is Black History Month. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. So tonight we are talking about Black love. All right. So I want to wish you all a happy National Black Love Day. All right. I'm waiting for my guest co-host to go ahead and request that box so that I can bring you up and we can get you introduced and we can get this conversation going. Hello. I saw her in here. So where's she at? Where's she at? I see the emoji everywhere. I see the emoji. You know what I'm saying? Where's she at? Okay, well, let's get into this, all right? So one of the reasons, here we go. One of the reasons why I think this is such an important topic, there we go. Oh, are we doing, hold on one second, y'all. Hey, how are you, beautiful? Y'all, Top Bad Chakra's here. Let me ask you, are you guys doing, you're doing two separate boxes?
Yes.
Okay, because I may not have enough space to do the whole panel. Hold on one second. Because I was planning on having 3 panel members, but we'll work on that. We'll work that out. That's okay. Hi, hello, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, everybody. Salute to the room. Happy Tuesday. Thank you.
Big. Yes, hello, period. So I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself for people that may not have had the pleasure of meeting you yet. And just give people a little warm up, let them know who you are.
So, Big 31 Millie, Top Bad Chakra Energy, y'all. I have Juice Box after the rundown with my co-host Ghost Pressure. Top Bad Ghost Pressure in the comments as well. We have Understanding with the Ladies every other Sunday. Whole Lady Panel, so check it out and hit me with a fave. Catch the vibe. You know, it's always good energy over here.
Period. We love that. And it is always good energy. Every time I see Chakra, she got a smile on her face, high energy, doing a little dance. So make sure y'all go over and support that beautiful, beautiful woman, okay? Mr. Casper. I have to get used to calling you Casper because the other Casper is completely different, just completely, y'all total opposites. You know what I'm saying? How are you tonight? Please let us know what you got going on, who you are, and all that fun stuff.
Oh, well, Queen, chill Casper. I don't stream. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. My wife has been pushing me to get back on, but in due time, in due time. So if you catch me, then you catch me. But if you're live, that means it's a vibe.
Period. All right. So what I like to do with my guests before we get started on the actual meat and potatoes of the conversation, I want them to know a little bit about you. So how long have you both been streaming on Tagged?
I have been streaming probably a year. It's gonna go on a year now.
Ooh, period. Big 1 year anniversary coming up. Sounds like a celebration. What about you, Casper?
We actually started at the same time. Queen Chakra just kept going. I kind of, became a supporter.
I love that. I love that for her and I love that for you, to be honest with you. We love that, okay? What about any current streaming goals that either of you have that you'd like to share with the modern day Bay community?
Current stream goes, like I said, Shaka's been pushing me to get back on here, so I think I'm gonna try to attack getting back to streaming more often.
I know that's right.
So that means fave him, y'all. That means he wasn't accepting faves then, but he accepting faves now, okay? Period. We love that. All right. So in one word, I'm going to ask each of you this question, okay? In one word, this is a question I ask every single co-host that comes on the show. In one word, what is the characteristic that you need in your modern day Bay?
Go ahead, Queen. You can go first.
Yeah, go ahead. Considerate.
You said considerate?
Yes, like
very
considerate, empathetic. Like, oh, I see you going through this, so I'm gonna make sure I take care of you in this way. That's the first one.
I love that. I love that. What about you, Casper?
Communicative.
Communicative. Okay, so we like. I gotta make sure my phone don't die on y'all. Okay, so we like communication and we like consideration. I love that. I love that. Okay, great. So I'm excited. I do want to tell y'all this is the first time that I've ever had a couple on the show, so I am very excited. I felt like National Black Love Day was the perfect time to do it. So I really appreciate y'all being here and just giving us, just sharing with us tonight. So thank you for that. So let's get started. I just want to ask you, what let's go with why is Black love important to you? We can start with Chakra and then we can go down to Casper.
Hmm. Black love is important to me just based off the stigma of the history, right? Of when it all started with, the government and giving Black women assistance and pushing the men out of the household and not really having that good example of that Black love dynamic, right? Like you have a handful of people that that are getting married that stay married. So I'm a firm believer of just Black love and marriage, period. Just breaking generational curses and it's an easy way to just jump ship. But when you see someone like married for like 15, 20 years, 30
Right.
years, you're like, wow, like I want that.
I love it. I love it. And that's like almost unheard of nowadays because people break up after like 3 years of marriage. Like, oh, y'all could have just dated for that, but I'm gonna mind my business. I don't ever tell them that. I just mind my business. That's not for me. All right. What about you, Casper? Why is Black love important to you?
Black love is important to me, um, because I'm pretty sure that 8 out of 10 people in the room have a similar background to there's a one parent household or you know no parents in the household. So to be able to stick it out and show each other the support and then show your children, the strength that you two have as a union, that I find that to be very important because like you said, people can be married for 3 years and divorce and not really go through a hard time or a rocky road, but those that have, stuck to it and seen the light at the end.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna call for Naj and Jokes to go ahead and get ready to box up for the Boss Bay panel. But I do want to ask y'all as they make their way to the box, why is it necessary to specify Black love instead of just saying love?
Mm. I would say it's important to specify it because I personally believe that there is a stigma, right? That not a lot of couples in the Black community actually commit on that type of level or even and it's so powerful to see like a Black love dynamic is just so encouraging, inspiring, right? And you feel like, okay, well, I may have experienced this in my past, but I might try again because it's working for them. Or you see these people, you know what I mean? I know their background. I can relate to this woman or I can relate to this man. And if they working out, shoot, I got some hope. Like that's how
Yeah,
it feels when I hear Black love.
I
I would
love
just
it.
say it has to be specific. Black love because it's like a unicorn. It's a myth to the outside world. Like black love doesn't exist, and when two people or two black people as you push out that love and show that love, it's just embrace. Everybody just embraces it.
I love that. I love that. We have my beautiful Boss Bay panelists this evening with us, joining us. Naj, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then Jokes, you can go ahead and go right after Naj.
Hey, it's Naj, your favorite alien, and shout out to the Scouts for having me, and Elle. And you could definitely catch me right after this for Unfiltered and Rainmakers Live at 12 a.m. You can catch me every Sunday for Vibrate Higher, and it's a soul, mind, and body alignment show at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Mr. Jokes.
Miss Miss L the Drug, thank you for having me. First of all, it's another great day on Modern Day Bay. I'm glad to be here with y'all. Jokes on you, top badge jokes. Tough Talk Tuesdays, as she said, on Tough Talk Tour Tuesday. I like to say that at 9 p.m. Then we got, of course, we got Naj, like she said, Unfiltered at 12. Make sure y'all check that out. I want to shout out to her panelists over there. Chakra, you already know it's love. Chill, Casper, first time meeting you. Salute to you. All y'all in the comments, I appreciate y'all. Sunday mornings with jokes, 11 a.m. on drums. Every Sunday morning, get your spiritual nourishment. Okay. And of course, Tough Talk Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Thank you.
So before I ask the next question, I just want to let the comments know, like this is like a really, really, really great, like this is like a wealth of knowledge and information that we're gonna get tonight based on my guests. So just get your notepads ready. You understand me? Screen record if you need to, and tap in on that YouTube free play because this is gonna be one for the books. So I'm not gonna say much tonight. I'm just gonna ask questions. I would like to know. I kind of got a little bit from Chakra and Casper already. So Naj, I'll start with you. And then we can go back if you all want to add anything. But what does Black love mean to you, and what values do you associate with it?
Well, for sure, Black love is revolutionary
Mm,
because of the fact that as a whole, we were not seen as even human, right? Three-fifths of a human, or even less than that, viewed as property. So we weren't allowed to have any emotion. So
mm,
when you think of Black love, you think of the fact that I am literally living in the space I'm supposed to be in as divine by source. So this is like this way of saying, look, I'm human, I'm here, I have emotion, outside of anger, because that's the only like emotion they want to depict for Black people. And I'm actually living in my space and loving. So it's a way to just be free and show your freedom as Black people.
what I tell y'all, first answer out the gate. Jokes. What about you? What does Black love mean to you, and what values do you associate with it?
Well, um, to me, I think of Black love. I think about just self awareness of knowing who you are, where you come from, and understanding legacy, understanding that where you come from, and wanting to further that chapter in your life for your community, for your people, and having an appreciation for the person that looks like you, but your counterpart, having an understanding for what she brings to the table, what she represents to you, our family, our culture as a whole. And that's something that is a little bit deeper because we didn't always have that, and in our community it's not always so prevalent. So it's something to be cherished. It's something that we should seek so that we can rebuild our community, rebuild our families.
I love it. I love it. Chakra, Casper, do either of you have anything to add to that? Any values you want to mention? No? What
No.
about you, Casper? Are y'all good? Okay, fair enough. So what are some key elements for building strong foundations in Black relationships? Chakra, we'll start with you, my dear.
Key element.
Some, yep, key elements for building strong foundations, specific to Black relationships. So, what is it that we need to make sure that we are firm in and that we build on, to make sure that we last for a long time? Like, what is that core value for you?
I would say you have to really like be patient and learn that other person, learn their behaviors, their triggers, their past, their emotions, their, moods, and really like accept everything and be willing to accept everything about that person that comes with it, right? Not only does that come with being patient, but also having open communication, learning to open yourself up to love differently, not comparing it to any past relationships or, just holding on to anything like that. Um, for me, it is learning love languages, knowing your person in depth to just know like this is what this person needs of me, and it's an unspoken love, right? You don't have to communicate it all the time because you've already been patient to learn that person enough to know, right? So I just think that it comes with the willingness of being able to put that time in and love that person. Obviously love yourself first, but do it
I
that
love it. But you, and that's the thing though, you can't love somebody else the way that you're talking about it until you learn to do that with yourself. So shout out to you. I love that answer. What about you, Casper? What do you have to add?
I'm gonna just say to make black love or just any relationship last, fellas, we gotta start opening up to our queens. You
Mm,
know, they can't figure out what's going. They're not, mind readers, and I know, speaking from, experience or just myself, it took a while for me to open up to Chakra, and when I finally did, she started, understanding me more, started recognizing things before it got out of hand, or recognizing things that may put a sour taste in my mouth, but
mhm.
she wouldn't have learned me in that manner if I hadn't opened up to her emotionally or just, period. So, fellas, we just got to open up to our queens.
Really quickly, just since we're here, what would you say to men who say like they can't open up to women because they've been, like a lot of, they'll say like, well, when we are vulnerable or whenever we do speak on emotion, you say that we're soft or we're too this or we're too. What would you say if someone experienced that but then wants to be in a relationship and needs to learn how to open up?
Don't stop. I mean, there's going to be a queen out there that's going to listen and understand what you're saying,
Mm,
you
I
know?
love it. I love it. For those of you just tuning in, my name is ELLE Drug. Hi, thank you for popping in on me. This is Modern Day Bae. We do this every single Tuesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm here with Top Bad, Chakra Energy, and Chill Casper. They are my lovely guest co-hosts for the evening. I'm also here with Naj and Top Bad Jokes on You. They are my panelists for the evening, and we are talking and celebrating, Black love. I'm so excited. This has been great so far. So let's get into the next question. And I'm sorry to kind of like breeze past some of the questions with some of you, but there's a lot of good ones here, and I want to get as much information as possible from you all because I just value what you all have to say. So Naj, I'm gonna spring this question on you, my dear. Um, how do we protect Black love from a world that doesn't value it?
Ooh, that's an amazing question. I'm gonna say that this is really like internal. The only way to protect Black love is to protect it from each other. It's like within our own. So it's like before I could get to what the outside world is doing, we have to create this bubble within and say there are things that we are going to do to preserve this. So I think the protection of Black love is the preservation of Black love.
Mm,
So we have to say, in this unit, in this household, in this community, we are preserving our values, our beliefs, our the way that we communicate, the way that we do our traditions. So
mhm,
that preservation is us standing firm in protecting ourselves out into outside communities.
mhm. Ooh, yeah. What about you, Jokes? What do you think? What is how do you protect Black love from a world that doesn't value it?
Well, you don't seek the world. Um, that's number one. The world is going to distract you. The world is going to present things to you that's not going to align with what your purpose is in
Mm,
line with the person that you pick. Hopefully, y'all have a aligned vision and you guys are steadfast in the direction that you're trying to go. Also, like she said about that bubble, it's like this funny shit that she used that because you do have to live in your own world. There are going to be people that see what you got going on and they're going to want to break it up. They're going to want to tear it apart or tear it down, say, oh, that's not what I would have done. I wouldn't have liked this person because of this thing I saw, but that person isn't for you. That's why you can only see half the picture. And that's why you're on the outside of the bubble, as she said before. So I like what she just said. I'm just kind of piggybacking on it, but you really got to know who you are. You got to really not know what your purpose is as the role in that relationship. If you're the man, what you feel you're supposed to be for that woman, and to stay in full pursuit of that, and don't fall short.
I love it. I love it. I hope y'all got y'all notepads like I told you when I told you because the way these gems are being dropped, y'all. Miss Chakra, let's come up to you. How do you protect your Black love?
um, I have to say I loved everything that Naj just said.
Yes.
Don't lie, it hit me right here, girl. But definitely, you have to believe in it in order to protect it. How can you protect something if you don't know how valuable it really is, right? And in order to do that and protect it within the community, within the house, within, wherever, you have to know what that means, and what the importance is to you for you to fight for it the way you do. So, me personally, how I fight for mine is it's a choice every day, you know. You wake up and you say, I choose to love this person, I choose to be in this marriage, I choose to, keep striving and doing that. It's a choice. And I feel like because of what I foresee for our future and our kids and our family and stuff like that, it just keeps me, in that space that we're already here and nothing can break it.
I love it. I love it. Casper, what about you?
What jokes say? Don't seek the outside world.
Yeah.
Keep it, make sure your bubble is maintained. Everybody else's opinion about what your relationship should be or should look like, or, any of that is just irrelevant. It's between you and your partner, especially if that's your life partner. Yeah, the outside world is irrelevant.
I like that. We don't have time to dissect that, but I like that. I might have to pop over. I might have to, say, have some aftermath or something. We might have to have a part two because there's a lot to unpack here. So let's go into history, right? We kind of touched on this a little bit. Naj said about not even being recognized as human. Chakra had mentioned something about the historical context as well. But considering history and the political climate of today, how would you describe the resilience of Black love?
Man, I mean, I feel like just in our achievements, period, it's like in spite of everything, we
Right.
still do, we still succeed, we still rise, we still love each other, we still go through everything, we still raise kids together, we still build businesses together. So it's like the fact that and when you talk about the political climate, I want to talk about the fact that let's talk about these front lines, all the way from Trayvon Martin all the way down, so with everything going on in terms of police brutality and war and everything, what do you see? You see Black queens behind Black kings fighting
Yeah.
for, and that's heavy. And they're fighting against like little major forces. And so that's one thing collectively we've always done. And that has not led up to this day, is that you're always going to see the way we back up, for and fight for each other. And I think
Right.
that resilience is something that I think that even our oppressors don't even understand why we continue to do it. But we standing 10 toes down for each other. That resilience is not going anywhere.
And that 10 toes is not like a regular 10 toes. That 10 toes from your
It's
loving Black
actually running
partner.
through our DNA.
Come on,
So
man. Come on,
let's
Naj.
talk about that. Like, listen, I, don't- I feel like there's something embedded. It's like, I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're single. I don't care if you're in a relationship. You see a Black person, you see your people. It's something about that across the room. You're going through a struggle, something happening. We do the eye motion. It's
Right.
something inside of us that says, those are my people right here. I'm not
Right.
about to see that. So how many times have you like walked by or see a situation? Let me check that, make sure that Black little girl is good or that
Yeah.
Black little boy is good. We've
Yeah.
done that because why? Because it's embedded in us to say, look, I'm gonna look out for my people. So don't play with that. Come on.
I wasn't even going to tell y'all Black is love until the end of the show, but Naj just brought it out, y'all. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. What about you, James? What do you have to add to that? Considering history and the political climate, how would you describe the resilience of Black love?
I would say um, it's an unfortunate thing that we have to suffer and endure because we must have trauma to recognize that we need to love each other. It seems like it always has to be something dramatic or something crazy happening in our community and our families for us to wake up and love on each other.
Mm.
After this stream is over, somebody's going to go to somebody's stream and hate on somebody and say something about somebody else, and then we're going to forget everything that we just talked about today. And I think in order for us to understand our resiliency, is because we're so numb to it, because we see it and we face it every second of the day. A consistent reminder that we are that people don't love us. You feel me? So we have to overdo it. We have to go check on that little black boy, that little black girl, like she said, because we were those people.
Right.
We were those people, and people did it for us. So we got to pay it forward. We got to do it times 2, times 3, times 4 right now, because they're even the generation that we got to reach is not really listening. They're hard headed, and it's not their fault. It's kind of lack of examples out there. So we just got to do our. It's an unfortunate sacrifice we got to do.
I hear that. I hear that. And I would like to just point out, like what both of the panelists just said, Naja and Jokes, about going to help the children or going to make sure that these people are okay because you see them, you see you, and you want to make sure that your people are okay. That's a form of Black love. Like that is Black love. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just, I want to make it clear that we're not just talking about romantically, right? Because the love that Black folks have for each other is truly unmatched. I'm not going to go into my personal experiences again. We're on time and everything. But when we say Black is love, that's what I mean when I say it. It's a natural instinct to choose to make sure your people are good. And it's based on just that ancestral connection that you have. What about? I want to get your answers to Casper and Chakra. I'll start with you, Chakra. How would you describe the resilience of Black love?
I would describe it as, I guess, it's ongoing because it's not something that is just non-existent anymore, right? And I feel like we hold, our people to different standards. When you think about, I heard someone on a TV show, they said it as an example. They're like, if that one Black person is on a game show, that's the representative for all of us. That's how we look at it, right? And that's how deep the connection is when it comes to, just seeing a powerful Black couple and being in a scandal. It's like, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, why it had to be them, or even during, if we're talking like news, like Will Smith slapping slapping Chris Rock, right? And even though they were separated or whatever, like he still held that down. And that resilience of, even though he was going to be shamed or whatever the case may be, like he protected her. So that goes hand in hand with everything that Naj and Jokes was saying as well. So I feel like we're naturally resilient in all that we do.
Facts. I love it. I love it. And yes, if y'all didn't know, Modern Day Bay is Team Will Smith. Okay, we are 10 toes behind that man. Okay, shout out to Will Smith and all that. Casper, what about you? Let me go back up here and read this question. What? Yeah, how would you describe the resilience of Black love, considering the history and the political climate of today?
We got Riri and ASAP. For a couple years, we were getting used to Krishan and like I'm just saying, we got Riri and ASAP. Since it's just put out more positive,
examples,
way more positive examples, and just show that we can, thug it out for the long haul. We can, show the world that Black love exists, and we keep doing it every day.
Facts. Just by existing, to be honest, but facts. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all, welcome, welcome. Modern Day Bay, every Tuesday, 11 p.m. We are here celebrating Black love tonight with Top Badge Chakra, Joe Casper, Naj, and Top Badge Jokes on You. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome conversation so far. So, Chakra, you had just mentioned something about examples and having better examples. Then Casper went into saying, we got Riri, we got ASAP Rocky. So my question actually is, who are some Black love role models or inspirational couples that have positively influenced your perception of relationships? And before I let y'all go off on this question, I would just like to say this is super important for us to know these examples as a people, and everybody in the comments to know these, so that we have these examples. These are things that we can, think back on and allude to whenever we're like, well, I don't really know how to, or maybe you don't have a personal example. So hear these, and then also, we'll go with that. So, we'll start with you, Naj. Who are some Black love role models or inspirational couples that have positively influenced your perception of relationships?
Um, I'm gonna just say my grandparents,
Mm,
because both on both sides of my family, they both have transitioned now, but both my grandparents were married until they passed away on both sides of my family. So just being able to grow up and seeing how they navigated family. On my father's side, my grandmother had 12 kids. So, and immigrated from, from the Caribbean to America. So that whole entire fact that the family is made and then just going to have a better life and then your children, having a better life and then that generational wealth of love. So being able to see that through my grandparents, I think really set a foundation for myself to say, for me, my love model has always been like the power couple. And I think I got that from my grandparents.
I love that. Tia said, my parents have been married for 35
Yeah,
plus.
let's get it.
Congratulations to them. That is beautiful. I'm so glad you have that example in your life, my dear. Jokes, what about you? Who's your like go-to when you think of like Black love or the epitome of Black love? Who's the couple that you think of?
I'm gonna give you kind of like two. The first thing I think about is Dr. King and Coretta Scott King.
Okay.
Um, Everything that they had to endure as a couple, being black and being just symbols for an entire nation for so many reasons. You know, that's black love. Not knowing if your husband or your wife is gonna make it home every single day, not knowing,
Mhm.
what's going to happen to your kids is kind of like that. That to me was like very strong. Then I think about, of course, I would definitely mention like people that are close to me, my family, but in just examples, I think it's, I look at Felicia Rashad and Amara Rashad. You have a woman who's out in mainstream and acting, and her husband is behind the scenes, and you're on with Bill Cosby, and you got to kind of just sit back and watch how that whole thing plays out. But the entire time treating your woman the right way and supporting her, things different. I think I like different aspects. I seen that, and I was like, that's a very strong brother to be able to, let Bill Cosby, get all that shine, and that's your wife. You kissing all over my wife and everything like that. I just thought about that, and they're still together to this day. You haven't heard anything about them or nothing like that, so it's kind of.
Right.
I gotta look at my receipts because every time I'm thinking about it, I said I gotta think, which is terrible, but that's the case. I had to really dig deep for that. It's terrible.
Well, that's why we're making a list now, y'all. So take in these examples, like I said. Chakra, who's your go-to inspirational Black love couple?
Um, Honestly, I really like the dynamic of Tiana Taylor and Iman. Whether they're together or they're not, they just
Yeah,
have
Yeah,
that
love her.
cohesion
yeah.
vibe and that environment. But I don't really like not being Jay Z. I knew somebody was gonna say
You know
Beyonce.
that's mine, y'all. Y'all know I love Beyonce. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
they stuck it out for a long time. But personally, I would have to say me and Chill in my
I
life,
know that's right.
because that's when I first experienced love. That's how I feel. And I didn't have the example of, seeing it with my grandparents and my dad and my mom. And,
Right.
so I didn't feel that until, you know, 5, 6 years ago.
That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. I love that for y'all. I know. Get the tissues. What about, and it's funny because I was going to say, you can say yourself, but you went ahead and did that. I love that. I love it. What about you, Chill? What you think?
See, I know we're on the same wavelength, but I'm gonna let you have your answer.
Oh, you was
So
gonna say
Aw.
I want to say I have two. Now the second one, it's debatable, but the first one, I grew up watching them. Martin and Gina. I love their love dynamic, the way they make each other laugh, the way they show each other love, the way they do things for each other. It was just seeing that growing up, it was just amazing, something to look forward to when I did find my special person. But all right, now the second one, don't judge me in the comments. But I have my reasons.
You're making us nervous.
Krishan and Blueface. Now,
I just need you to go ahead and drop down from the box, please.
We just went left.
although it's crazy, the love that they have for each other, it outweighs all of the negative, and for them, I'm not saying that's a good relationship for anybody else. For them, it shows how two people in love can go through whatever and try to work it out.
Crazy.
Jill said he's not opposed to the Bobby Whitney. You getting this, Chakra? He said he wants the modern day Bobby Whitney. They did love each other though, so I won't, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Whitney. Amazing. Y'all are amazing. This was a great show. I am gonna have Naj. I know you have your show Unfiltered, y'all. Unfiltered is right after this in Rain's Live, co-hosted with Naj. Make sure y'all tap in for that. So we're gonna do box downs, but go ahead, Naj. I know you need to do your thing, so go ahead and go first, and then Jokes, I'm gonna have you stay here for just 1 second.
So, yeah, I'd like to thank you so much. It's a great conversation. And the last thing I really just want to say, we should not have to endure pain and hurt in relationships to make that represent Black love. There should be a lot more Black joy. So I want to leave on that note. And you definitely can find me right after this Rainmakers Live for Unfiltered, and every Sunday at 8 p.m. in my live for Vibrate Higher with Naj. Thank you so much, Elle. This was a great show.
Thank you, Naj. I appreciate you and your insight every single time. You're amazing. Okay, so hold on, y'all, because I want Chakra and Chill here, but Jokes, before you do your outro and box down, I have to keep you here because I don't know if y'all know, but there's a holiday tomorrow. It's called Valentine's Day, okay? And Big Bag Productions has been delivering Valentines all over the app for the last 2 days, and we'll continue to do it tomorrow for people who sent them anonymously. And Jokes, you got an anonymous Valentine. So I am going to deliver that to you on the show here, okay? And it goes after the Valentine, you'll get a link in your Instagram inbox to the card that was made for you as well, okay? So I decided to express my like for you in such a public way. If given the chance to make you smile, I'd do it every day. Your kind words and gentle spirit truly touched my heart. And when opportunity came about, I had to do my part. I'm going against my own grain and had Cupid send my bow to you. This is definitely me shooting my shot. So the next move will be up to you. So I will you will be getting a link in your inbox to the card, okay? And I do believe that this was actually a reveal pack, so I'm not sure how the reveals are all handled, but they should be revealed in the next day or so. I'm not 100% on the timing, but so just keep your eyes open for that, okay? Happy Valentine's Day to you. You are admired, sir.
Wow.
He's trying to figure it out right now.
Right. Who is it? Go ahead and do your outro and get you out of here.
See how they get me jokes on me this time.
Yeah.
Catch me on Tough Talk Tuesdays, a part of this illustrious lineup that we kept telling y'all about, 9 p.m. on Tuesdays. I love to see Chill, Casper, any of the brothers in here and the sisters. It's a great place for us, a safe space for us to talk and chat, get perspective. Sunday mornings, 11 a.m., I'm on drums. If that's your thing, come get some spiritual nourishment. Friends that pray together, stay together, and I really, truly believe that, and we actually look out for each other in that way. So if you want prayer, if you want that type of thing, or if you just want to listen to some good gospel, come here. Come see Tambourine. I will see y'all then. Thank you, Elle, and thank you for the anonymous card, whoever you are.
Thank you, Jokes. Amazing as always. All right, y'all. So do you have the thing we talked about? You do that? Okay, so y'all, normally I do my Elle says, last little segment. But today, I wanted, Chakra is an amazing poet. If you have not tapped in on her or heard her poetry, please, please, please do that. She is amazing with her words. Both of you are actually. And so I wanted to showcase that a little bit on the show. So I asked Chakra if she had a poem about Black love, and she said, yeah. So go ahead and share with us, my dear. And that's going to be the Elle says of the evening, y'all.
All right, so I got two. I'm gonna make it quick. I'm gonna do the short one first.
Okay.
All right. It's safe here. Like the troubles in the world don't stay here. The calm and beats of his heart play like music to my ear. His distinct smell and tickle of his hair, thinking to myself, this man just don't know how much I love it here. It's clear that I'm there to him, diminished fear. His protective ways won't allow any negative outside sources to get near and interfere with the love that's oh so sincere. He inserts strength in me so we can persevere. A simple, you good, from him brings me oh so much joy and peace. All the tenseness is released as I lay on his chest, my worries decrease. Embodied in the depths of his warm body, calm spirit and soul, with the rough exterior and many stories untold, with the gentle heart with me, but rough to the streets. See, I play in his locks as we spiritually retreat, with our bodies and feet entangled in the sheets. My musical membrane playing, I need a refill on repeat. A feeling so whole and complete when you hold me, a feeling I wait all day to feel, console me and consume me, whichever one you like. As we take flight, glad I have you for forever and not for just one night.
Oh, we love it.
Okay, I got one more, y'all. All right. This one is called Love.
Before you start, love, Queen L, can I go grab something while she's doing this?
Sure. Oh.
All right. Love is what we seek, an idea that TV shows and movies perceive. Love is misunderstood if it was never received. As we grow up, we learn to love. Love is a discovery. Love is something we just try to figure out how to better love, to love freely without a doubt. Love shouldn't be judged for who you decide to love, shouldn't be crucified. We establish love as sacrifice, operating not for self, but more unified. Love is always questioned and mistaken for possession or considered a connection to avoid the depression. Love can be intoxicated and a magical potion. Love will have you open in emotions with the love struck potion notion. Love takes devotion to not be wrapped in solely your own emotions. Love is free like the ocean, or feelings in motion with lovely words unspoken, sometimes filled with concoctions of deception, intersection of one's heart with love languages to exhibit affection. Love at times is a lesson, but always a blessing. What love is an individual perception. Love is intended to be thought of as fairy tale like its princesses and princes and castles, never shedding light on when love requires will and fight. Spectating the way others love each other in my household before me, unconditional as I close my eyes, pray to Yahweh to give him all the glory. Love is learned and taught, flourishing over time, scripting your own love story. Learning to love is weathering, whether it is bright, sunshine, rainbows, or stormy. Love can turn into tragedy and change the dynamic of your reality. You look around for examples to create your own definition of love. Never truly knowing and never discuss your true meaning of love, replaced with lust. With our family and friends is where it began. And based on the way they loved you, determined your outlook on how to receive and give love, your own point of view. So if the love feeling got complicated, you withdrew. The only love you knew was playing it safe, no exploring of the new, just loving to base your love on experiences of others, people's love and what they went through. See, love is that warm, fuzzy feeling we all at some point manifest and say that we need. See, love is given, taken, but sometimes not received.
Mm.
Love to its entirety in our mind is not always guaranteed. I refuse to believe that you can only love if you were brought up around it. Because love is within. Love shouldn't be sought, just look in the mirror. You'll find it. Affirm self and apply intent to surround it. Start at the root, and that's where you'll feel grounded. Yahweh has created you with love, so never doubt whether you found it, because you are loved.
I love it. Y'all, I told y'all she was amazing with her words. Thank you so much for sharing that here. I really appreciate it because I asked her, y'all, like I probably asked her like an hour, maybe an hour and a half ago, like, hey girl, you got some? And she came through with it. So I appreciate you.
I'm so sad
Why are you sad?
because I couldn't find the backdrop that I wanted to show.
Oh, that's okay. Listen, you send me a picture. We'll show them next week, okay? Period. But y'all, we are at the end of the hour. So as Rich Beats makes his way to the box, Chakra, Casper, thank you so much for being here and just sharing all of your, not all of your experiences, but you know, your information, your experiences, your hacks, your insight. I so appreciate y'all being here. Do you want to go ahead and do an outro before you box down?
31 milli Chakra energy, y'all. Hit me with a fave. Subscribe me, y'all. Fridays, hit me, catch me on Juice Box with my co-host, Ghost Pressure, Top Badge Ghost Pressure. Make sure you fave my husband too. Jill Casper over here. We have Understanding with the lady panel, so make sure y'all tap in on that. Check it in the calendar. Follow me on bombshell_SAGG on Instagram. And ELLE show was amazing. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Amazing work, amazing content. And shout out to the scouts, because what? I see y'all. All right. I hope everybody has an amazing night. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And Mr. Casper.
Ooh, catch me when you catch me. But no, Chakra's definitely pushing me to get back on here. So hit me with a fave, catch me. You know, you see me live, pop in, say hi. It's always a vibe. If you see me in your live, it's going down. Appreciate you, Miss ELLE.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, y'all. We've got Rich Beats making his way to the box, but before we do that, I have an inkling.
Yes. Hi. Hello.
Hi,
everybody.
friend.
Sorry I missed you guys on the show tonight. I've been moving and grooving around. However, I am here to deliver a virtual Valentine to Miss Modern Day Bae herself, ELLE the Drug. Thank you for letting me in. It was cold outside.
I'm sorry.
Okay. A very special Valentine. That's just to let you know how dear and wonderful you are. That's why I love you so. And then I'd like to add, dear, that there could never be anyone in all the world who means as much to me. Happy Valentine's Day. In your inbox, you will find a link to your virtual card. It was sent anonymously. So yeah, good luck with that. Happy Valentine's.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. That was so cute. Oh, she got me. I didn't think that that was going to happen during the show. Y'all, this has been an amazing show. Thank you, Big Bag Harley, a.k.a. Afro, heavy on the Aphrodite, for popping in for that. I appreciate y'all. That was the show. Thank you for joining us for another amazing episode for Valentine's Day. Special shout out to the featured co-host. Special shout out to the panelists. Special shout out to Big Bag Harley. And then a big thank you to the Modern Day Bae production team. Aquarian Soul, my DJ and music sponsor, DJ Rich Beats, and of course, the WOG CEO. Be sure to meet me back here, y'all, next Tuesday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.